Welcome to this week's episode of Perks of Being a Teacher. This episode is going to feature me organizing my whole classroom, and then I'm going to give you a classroom tour showing you all of the favorite items inside of my space. Enjoy! First, I'm going to show you a little before. So this is my classroom before I fully organized it. It was definitely quite messy at the end of the first semester. Today we are going to be doing some organizing in my classroom. I am breaking this into a few different days because I'm waiting on some of my organizing bins to arrive. So today we're just going to tackle a few different categories of organizing and you can follow along. The way that I usually start is by writing on the whiteboard the different categories that I want to organize and put into different bins. It's basically the same system as the home edit. So I'll show you my whiteboard. I've recorded a few different categories that I'll be organizing in. Today I'm not too sure what I'm going to start with. I usually start to edit everything. I'll go through what I have, take it out of the bins, get rid of anything I don't need anymore, and then I'll start to store things. So follow along. Next up is putting all of the items I took out back inside of bins. I bought bigger bins, and the ones that I have are a little bit too small for what I was thinking. So for example, I have tons of paints and I was hoping I had bigger bins to put all the paints in, but the bins aren't big enough to fit the paints. So I'll show you what it looks like right now, and you can see that the paints are just like overflowing that one container. So I think I'm gonna put the paints in the clear IKEA bins, the ones I just filled, so that at least it would be like the same container for all the paints and all the paints would fit in, because I also have a bunch of paints over on a different table that need to be in a container as well. Next, I will look through ribbons and some project-based learning materials and put those into bins. The fabric bin that I have is overflowing, so the small bins that I got will not be big enough. So I think I'm just going to edit that bin and get rid of fabrics that I possibly don't need and reorganize that whole container. So now I'm left with a bunch of kind of odds and end pieces that I don't just want to put loose inside of a container. So I'm going to take this thick sheet of like black post board and I'm going to cut it down to make dividers to separate all of the different materials. Here are some drawers in my desk that I also organized today. So you can see the before. And you can see the after. Today is the last day of organizing my classroom, so I'm going to briefly show you what I worked on yesterday and then highlight for you what I'll be working on today. So this is the area that I worked on yesterday. I'll go through it in more detail once I do my classroom tour. So parts of my room were messy just because I'll be organizing today. I had these pins come in also from Amazon, so these ones are smaller and will hold items in tighter spaces. I'll just unwrap them, show you what they look like. So these are the bins that I'll be using today, and I'm really just gonna be working in random areas of my classroom and putting items inside these little bins. There's a total of 6 of them, so hopefully that's enough. I'm just gonna move my camera so you can see the different areas that I'm working on while I'm organizing. I just finished organizing my whole classroom, so now I'm going to take you on a tour and show you all of the different spaces and items inside of my space. Here you can see the front of my classroom. On my desk I have some pens, a favorite notepad from chapters, Now I'm going to highlight some posters in my room. Kendrick Lamar is one of my favorite rappers. I love this quote from John Lewis. Here you can see one of the maps I have up in my room, a quote from Rupi. And this bulletin board is something I worked on earlier in the week to get ready for this semester, actually. And I love how it turned out. There's artwork, there's pictures from past years of teaching. And over here I have daily schedule. And at the bottom of these white shelves, I have tampons and pads, and I have granola bars. It's kind of a take as you need station. Here you can see there's some classroom rules on the bulletin board, the front of my classroom with the lights. I use nice black ribbon tied to my projector screen. And you can see the total view of my classroom. I absolutely love how it turned out. So, what do you think of my space? I absolutely love it, like I said, and I hope you do too. If you have any questions or comments about my space or how I organize my room, please comment below. As always, subscribe and stay tuned for next week's episode dropping on Friday at 5 p.m. on Perks of Being a Teacher. See you all next week.